Okay. Whoops. Good morning, my friends. Good morning. And I will wait for a few minutes for people to pop on here. But good morning. This is day 7 of FlyLady's Cruising Through the Holidays. Just as a disclaimer early on, I am not sponsored by FlyLady or getting any kind of commission from her at all. I simply love this system in helping me prepare for the holiday season, and I like to share that experience with you guys. And I encourage all of you to start now to get things prepared for the holiday season for yourself. Now, if you're just now discovering my channel, my name is Sheila. This is Positive Changes, and what I do here on my channel is I am working towards improving myself in various areas of health. And for today, we are focusing on the health of my house and getting it prepared for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, all of those holidays. Throughout this live stream, a few of my friends will be popping on and I will be chatting with them. I've got my tablet over here to the side, which I can read the chat. And so that's what I have over here. What I have here in front of me is what we're going to be working on today. Now, today, day 7, is plan and play. I have to stop and think. What's day? Plan and play day. What it means is this is the day that we plan our holiday season. And we don't have to plan everything all at once. That's why that's why FlyLady starts her system in October, to allow us that extra time in preparation so that we are not feeling rushed, we're not feeling stressed, and we can tackle some of the little things early on before it gets to the day of the holiday. And then we're not, because if you're like me, and I'm a major procrastinator, I will wait to the last minute to do any kind of preparations to help me curb that, to help me curb that intonation, or that, I can't think. So like I said, I don't script my dialogue. But to help me curb that, I discovered FlyLady's Cruising Through the Holidays system, and I still have flies in my house. Anyway, I've discovered that if I follow her system, I have less stress come the holiday season, and I'm much better prepared, and I can enjoy myself much better. Good morning, Pandy. How are you? I'm going to jot down who all shows up in chat today, because I love encouraging others to support one another. And so at the end of the live stream, I always include links to everyone's chat or everyone's channels in the description, so that you guys who find this live stream later on and watch it as a replay can go and click on those links and support these lovely channels that encourage and support one another. Good morning, beautiful. That is my bestie Amanda, who is budgeting like a girl. And then Pandyland showed up. How are you, girls? I'm kind of starting off a little bit odd today. I don't know. I'm much better than I was yesterday. I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday, but my brain's just not quite functioning. I can't find the right words sometimes. I'm good, even though it's rainy here today. I'm feeling motivated. Thank you for the support. Oh, thank you for the support, Pandy. Just you showing up here gives me that added motivation and encouragement to just keep going. And I just want to share that with all of you guys too. And so see for you guys who are watching this later, where this is the beauty of this community. We're encouraging one another, motivating one another, and getting things done. Work today was rough. Oh my goodness, Amanda, I'm sorry. People are dropping like flies from this week-long sick bug. Ugh. Oh gosh, I'm glad mine was kind of mild. It kind of took me out on Sunday. Thankfully, I got over it yesterday, and we were able to get the hutch, the little my pantry hutch, organized and clean. I need to organize the white pantry cabinet. I didn't have the energy to do it yesterday, but maybe today. If you happen to see, you can see my back porch back there. Today, my husband wants to clean it out because we want to store some things out there. And right now it's just a junk pile. So, well, not a junk pile, but it's just a catch-all. And we need to organize it. So that's what we're going to probably do today. And I'll have him to do some of the heavy work. Well, today is Plan and Play. Good morning, Maggie. How are you? You're a crocheting fool. Well, I wasn't going to call you fool, but you're the crocheting maven. Is that the right word? Are you getting carpal tunnel yet from all of your crocheting? Now, if you want to know, for those who are catching this as a replay and you don't know who Maggie is, that's Mix Match Maggie. And she is on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. And her goal is, or her mission right now is, she is going to be crocheting every day until she reaches 1,000 subscribers. And so she has been crocheting on Instagram, here on YouTube, on Shorts. I don't know where else, maybe TikTok. I don't know what other platforms she uses, but definitely go check her out. I will leave links to everybody's channels down in the description below at the end of this live stream. So definitely go support one another. One was out yesterday and 2 others were out today. The 2 out today were the 2 people I went out with Friday. So I'm just waiting like a sick duck. Oh my gosh. You picked up whatever bug that ailed them. I can hear that. Oh goodness. See, I don't get out much because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I work from home. But my husband, who works at our local hospital, he's bringing home bugs. So if he gets sick, I know eventually I'm going to get sick. And that's how we ended up with COVID last year. Unfortunately, it hit my dad hard too because he happened to visit right before we even discovered that my husband was sick. But it was enough to expose him. But he's doing much better now. I've been slacking so hard on that. Oh no! You know, I've been watching, who was it, Vintage Crochet or something like just Vintage Crochet. I've been watching her channel, and I love old patterns and vintage fashion and things like that. I might try to make something. I made an Edwardian crochet bag. It's sort of like one of those kind of fancy lace bags that they would, like some of the ladies would wear on the Titanic. It's that kind of a style. I made that when I was like a teenager, and I entered it into our local fair. But we're talking over 30 years ago. I don't know if I want to do anything that intricate, but that's kind of the style that I like that I'm usually drawn to with crochet. Still haven't got, oh, thank goodness. You stay away from that, my friend. It is no fun. I mean, it hit, yeah, I was like, I was sick, but I was more tired than anything. Only I was smart enough to keep at least pushing my fluids. I at least knew enough that if I don't eat much, if I'm not very hungry, at least get some kind of nutrition through my fluids. Either drinking juice, drinking milk, or maybe a protein shake if I can at least manage that, and then drinking my water. Well, my dad, unfortunately, he got so tired and exhausted that he would just sleep all day, and then he wasn't hungry, and so he wasn't eating and not drinking enough, and so he ended up getting dehydrated on top of it, and which brought him really, really sick. And so, but he knows better now. Zinc may help the immune system prevent and speed up the sickness. I hope it finds a way to miss you, though. Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, you feel awful in it, but after it's gone, it's like the worst part both times I've had. Yeah, no fever. Is that right? Oh, there were, both times you had a fever. I don't remember if I had a fever or not, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. I mean, I hope everyone stays healthy this flu season, and the winter and all of that. The holiday season sometimes brings on those sicknesses, but I hope everyone stays healthy. That's our main goal for this year. Anyway, today let's get into what we're supposed to be working on. It is plan and play day. We have our holiday control journal. And if you haven't gotten your copy of it, link to that PDF file is down in the description below. It is a free download that FlyLady has made available to all of us. And like I've said before, I'm not being sponsored by her. I'm not getting any kind of commission for any of this. I just fell in love with this system years and years and years ago, and I've used it ever since for my holiday preparations. Last week, we got our control journal set up, and I managed to get a few things written in here, but today I want to kind of clean up some of those sheets. Yeah, I just scribbled it on here, and because I let myself get into a hurry last week, and oh, I didn't punch holes in these. Oh well, I'll have to put punch holes later. So let's just do some planning. Now, FlyLady's video, the video that I am referring to for today, is linked down below. Now, she talks about just setting your timer and spending just maybe 15 minutes of planning. Now, it takes longer for my brain to actually function enough to think about all the things that I need to think about when it comes to planning. So just the point is, take a few minutes today to think about what we want to plan for the holiday season. Food is being a major one for us since a lot of the holiday gifts are taken care of. I've mentioned that last week, but you might want to think about that. Maybe think about how much you want to spend, which is part of our budget. Don't begrudge it Fridays. But today I'm going to go through my meal plan for Thanksgiving. Like, that's right, Thanksgiving on here. So I know which meal this is. I wish I knew how to spell rotisserie. ITISSERY. Is it IE or? Okay, I think that's good enough. We're definitely doing a rotisserie chicken, so I need to write down on my menu list, or not my menu list, my ingredients list, a whole chicken. I need to go back out to the garage. I haven't done that. I know you mentioned that last time, Amanda. I need to go into our garage and check our deep freeze to see what is in there, inventory everything that's in there. I saw that like 5.5 pound chicken would feed 6 people, but I want to have extra. So I'm hoping to get maybe a 7 to 8 pound chicken. I don't know if I can do that, but that's my goal because I don't mind having extra chicken after the meal because I can always do something with the chicken. Turkey, on the other hand, I I don't do hardly anything with leftover chicken or leftover turkey. And our family just doesn't care for turkey that much. We're much more chicken people. Okay. Taking my vitamin C right now. Ah, that's a smart thing. I have my vitamins over there. I haven't taken my vitamin yet today, but I will afterwards. Come with me while I unload and load the dishwasher. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. I wish I had a dishwasher. Now, our plan, my husband and I have been thinking about this. Not like my sink right now is right here. And so I want to shuffle over the sink um, to right where these drawers are. We thought about doing it right in the corner, but those corner sinks, they're really awkward. And I like a double sink. So I don't think the corner sink would be big enough for the double sink that I'm wanting. So if we can just shuffle over the sink to these to where these drawers are, then right directly behind me, where this corner cabinet door is, and this, he agreed that maybe we could put a dishwasher there. That way my sink is here, dishwasher is there. And that way I'll have a little bit more counter space over that direction. Now, granted, I'll be getting rid of some of this counter space right here, but to have more counter space closer to the stove would actually be, excuse me, would actually be helpful. I hope and pray we can do that next year. I don't know. Or maybe the year after. We will see. Now, side dishes. We were talking about green bean casserole. My husband, I mentioned to him about my desire for a green bean casserole. He is okay with that. Maybe I can make another vegetable that will satisfy my picky eater. My picky eater does not like green bean casserole at all. She likes corn casserole. So at least we'll have that. Did I spell that right? Oh, well. If not, that's okay. Now, what is SP? I've got green beans. I wrote GB for green beans here. Then I wrote SP, but what is SP? I may have to rewatch last week's live and find out what exactly I meant by SP, if you guys remember. Editing my Tiny Tuesday and planning out my day. There, okay. I've not been doing near as many savings challenges this month, just because a lot of my money went towards the 90-day lock-in challenge that GB over at Income Babes had us participate in. And it took a lot of my money. But then I wanted to save that. And so I need to get back into a better schedule. But since we're doing these live every day, I'm focusing on the holiday season and getting through cruising through the holidays. So that's my focus for right now. And that's every day. So I'm doing something every day. All right. So let's say green bean casserole. let's go back over here to my recipes. I know I have the recipes back here. Where are they? I need to reorganize all this and get rid of my old sheets. Here's my green bean casserole. So let's write down all the ingredients that I am going to need for green bean casserole. We need 8. Oh, how many? How big of it? I think I only need half of this. It calls for 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup or cream of celery soup. But then it calls for 8 cups of cooked green beans. I don't think we need that much, especially since me and maybe Gary, maybe Bethany might be the only ones eating it. So let's just cut this recipe in half. So let's do, I want to make it with the mushrooms or the celery. I like the mushrooms, but let's make it mushrooms. Yep. 1 can cream of mushroom soup. So I never had corn casserole, but I love corn all the ways. Bet I'd love that. It is good, isn't it, Amanda? Yeah, corn casserole is good. And it's really easy to make. Okay. I always have milk, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I always have soy sauce, black pepper, 4 cups of green beans. Our green beans this year in Dad's garden didn't do very well, so I may have to get some cans of green beans. I haven't bought green beans at the store for forever because we always grow them in our garden. But this year, the green beans did not do well at all. And then French's fried onions, I actually have some right now in my cabinet. So I don't even have to order that or put that on my grocery list. Okay, corn casserole. Now I don't know if I still have enough corn on the other cabinet or in my, I have a metal shelving unit that I keep my canned goods on. And I don't know if I have any sweet corn or not, but 1 can whole kernel corn, 1 can cream corn, definitely sour cream. Oh, whoops, that's dairy. Over here is just all the cans stuff. Dairy, sour cream. We will definitely need butter. I always need sticks of butter. Baking ingredients, Jiffy mix. And butter. And then eggs, of course. Eggs. All right, so we got those ingredients written down on my sheet. Let's see. Oh, come on now. Okay. Well, that's not what I want. Okay. That's where they're going. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just mumbling to myself. Oh, definitely sweet potato. Thank you for reminding me. I think I have that on my list here. There it is. Yeah, I have. Oh, that's what the SP is. Okay. Duh. I just now figured it out. Okay. Oh my gosh, produce. Okay. I like to get the can. Well, I saw a recipe where they took fresh sweet potatoes or yams, and oh man, I I think I've linked it in some videos of like food preparation videos or something. Anyway, all right, sweet potatoes. I'm just blabbing. Potatoes. Okay. MP. What is MP? Mashed potatoes. Okay. And then regular potatoes for mashed potatoes. Definitely make sure we have flour and baking soda, which is usually things I keep on hand anyway, or baking powder rather. Um, I hope you don't hear this. We've got sirens going off a couple of streets over, and I can hear them. That's why I'm looking out the window because they sound pretty close. There must be a fire or some kind of emergency going on. That's the corn casserole. Okay, dinner rolls. All right. Now, stuffing. I didn't write that down, but let's see. Let me write that over here. Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes. We're going to have dinner rolls. I'm going to try to make them from scratch. I've made yeast bread and they turn out good, so I'm hoping dinner rolls will turn out since I've got a little bit more practice this summer. Well, stuffing is Thanksgiving for me, so we're having stuffing, even though I'm not really stuffing the bird. I need to find my recipe for the stuffing. Here we go. Cornbread dressing. So we will definitely need some celery, onion, butter, which I've already written down, breadcrumbs. I just see. I might make. You know what? That's something I've never done, and maybe I should try. Make homemade bread, and then make that homemade bread into breadcrumbs. Now, typically, what I do with what I call breadcrumbs is I'll take like slices of bread, like the loaf you see behind me, and toast it up, and then cut it up into little cubes, sort of like croutons. And then I use those cubed bits of toast and I mix it up, and that becomes our stuffing. Now, most people would think of breadcrumbs as the little fine breadcrumbs that you would use as a coating on chicken or something like that. But this is what my mom has always done with the dry breadcrumbs. She makes them kind of like into little individual croutons, and then we mix it up like that. Not as tiny as like the stovetop stuffing kind of cube bread that you get in the box, but a little bit bigger in size, but similar concept. So maybe I can make some homemade bread, slice it up, toast it up, and then make my croutons or my breadcrumbs from that. I've never done that before, so that is a challenge I'm thinking about doing for myself. So let's write that down. I'm gonna write homemade. I'm just gonna put over here in parentheses homemade bread. And make an arrow to the stuffing. Just to remind me, that's what I want to do. Okay, so we got that. If you mix cornbread mix for the cornbread crumbs, Chicken stock. Yes. Um, chicken broth. Um, Jimmy Dean sausage. We always like Jimmy Dean. I can't spell. I had to stop doing green bean casserole because no one likes it leftovers, so I just do whole beans sauteed with onions and garlic. Now, bacon, onions, and garlic. I don't use the garlic, but I usually make my green beans with the bacon and the onions as well. As long as what I do is I'll fry up the bacon first, and then take the bacon out, saute the onions in the grease, and then saute the green beans in there too. But I have to keep the bacon separate because my picky eater, she likes the flavor that the bacon does for the green beans. The bacon grease does. She just doesn't like bacon itself. She says it's a texture thing. I don't know. Anyway, my fire alarm went off last night, and for at 3 for just a few seconds. I was so confused that never happened. So for seemingly no reason. Oh man. Well, we might be. It's that time of the year where people are making more fires. Well, like for heating, and if they haven't serviced their heating, the heating elements in their furnace or wherever, then that can cause problems. Good morning, sunshine. Cecilia, good morning. How are you? My mom loves sweet potatoes with brown sugar, and I put it in the oven. Yep. And my mom liked to add marshmallows on top too for those last few minutes. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see. Do I have everything? Oh, eggs. I got that eggs written. Sage. Spices. Sage. I need to make sure I have sage. And then butter. Okay. So there is that. Do I have everything? Got my dinner rolls, sweet potatoes, green beans, mashed potatoes. I guess I should write milk. Just to make sure I have it on hand. Um, hmm. Now, right now we're thinking of Thanksgiving. So, what kind of dessert? Now, my dad will probably make his famous pies. And the fruitcake, that's always a Christmas tradition. So I don't have to worry about that right now. Oh, okay. Oh, I left the recipe over there. It's pumpkin cookies. I found a recipe on YouTube, and I rewatched it and wrote down all the ingredients. It's soft pumpkin cookies. And I got that recipe over there. But I've got pumpkin, so I don't have to worry about the pumpkin. Sausage and red potatoes and bacon, and add butter and added seasonings and close up the bag. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds like something that would be good to do on a grill. Now, I've made like pockets of potatoes and green beans or something, and I've heated them up and grilled them on the grill. Mom likes pea salad. Have sage, but it's not for good. We know what your sage is for, but it's also a good herb to put in food. OMG, CC, pea salad is so good. Yeah. Peach cobbler, banana pudding. My husband would love the banana pudding. Oh my gosh, stupid fly. Um, but my dad will probably make his mulberry pie because he always has mulberries growing at his house. Um, and I'll probably make pumpkin cookies. Let me go get that recipe real quick. It's just right over here. Chewy pumpkin cookies. I think everything that's listed in here. Oh, the pumpkin pie spice. All right, I need to make sure. Pumpkin pie spice. I could make a pumpkin pie. Might be a possibility. But I think everything that's listed here on the ingredients is stuff I already have. The pumpkin pie spice might be something, but she included a spice blend. So if I wanted to, I can make my own spice blend. So, and this I think was a link. I have to look that up and see if I can find the link. I might include the link to this recipe for chewy pumpkin cookies for you guys. I need to cook down the pumpkin I processed like 2 years ago. It's still very watery, so I don't want to cook with it like that. Yeah, I've got some pumpkins. I don't ever make a bunch of pumpkin puree very much in advance like that. I had some for like 2 years, but it just went bad. Even though I had it in the freezer, I felt like maybe it's not good enough. So I went ahead and got rid of it. So I went to our local pumpkin patch that I pick up my pumpkins every year, and I got, I think I got 4. Just the smaller pie pumpkins, but one of those can make, I think one pumpkin can make maybe 2 pies, I think, or 1.5 pies. So I've got some more out there in the garage. I need to bring them in and bake them in the oven, and then scoop out the pulp and get them divided up into bags and put in the freezer. That's what I ought to do. So we got my grocery list. Pretty good start to my grocery list. Oh, yes, heavy cream. I have heavy cream in the refrigerator right now, but I need to make sure I keep some in there. I kept saying that I was gonna use it, and it moved into the bottom of the deep freezer. Exactly. That happens in my deep freezer all the time. In fact, I still have tomatoes out in the deep freeze from last year. My dad kept bringing in tomatoes so much last year. We had a really good crop of tomatoes last year, and he kept bringing them in so fast I couldn't cook them down fast enough. I couldn't process them fast enough. So what I was doing was washing them off and then putting them in the freezer so that I could dig them out and process them up later. And like you said, later goes by and it just keeps getting pushed down further and further in the bottom of the deep freeze. So I have tomatoes out there I need to work up this year. So, all right, that's pretty good. We got this taken care of. There's my pumpkin pie recipe. There's my dinner rolls recipe from FlyLady. Oh, I need to go back through chat over on Instagram and get that link. Jamie shared the link to these school cafeteria rolls that FlyLady made available on her website. And so I'll leave a link to these recipes that are on FlyLady's website. I guess they're still accessible. So, because I went there and I was able to click on a couple of them. So I'll leave links to that down below after the live stream. Maybe I'll do the pumpkin and make some fire cider this weekend. What is fire cider? I made the ham with slices of pineapple and the juice and pineapple juice. I add brown sugar. Oh, that reminds me. The ham, Cecilia. I mentioned this. Whoops, I dropped my pen. I mentioned this yesterday, last week. I can't remember now what, but I mentioned that my husband likes ham, and so for Christmas we usually do a ham. We'll do either chicken or turkey for Thanksgiving, and then a ham for Christmas. Um, Aretha Franklin was a guest on Live with Kelly and Michael several years ago, and she shared her family recipe for ham. So I printed it off. And so this is what I make for our Christmas ham. I use Aretha Franklin's recipe. And it calls for, let's see, it calls for the pineapple rings, of course, but it also calls for ginger ale, maraschino cherries. I guess you mix a little bit of yellow mustard with the brown sugar, cloves, or no, the cloves is supposed to be put in there. But you mix it in with the pineapple juice, I guess. Anyway, it's really good. And then it does say baker's coconut for garnish, but my husband doesn't like coconut, so we always leave that part off. But yeah, this is really really good. I got that right here in my recipe book. Let's see. And then the bone of the ham I cook the next day. It makes beans so good. Yeah. Yeah, with with my chicken, I always keep the bones back and I make them into a nice bone broth and store that back for next time I make soup. Yeah, I wish I liked ham as much as my husband does, but that's why I managed. I tolerate it for Christmas, so I will have it for Christmas. Fire cider is lemons, oranges, garlic, jalapenos, horseradish, ginger, turmeric, cayenne, black pepper, red onions, and apple cider vinegar. Let it steep 2 to 4 weeks. Dilute 2 tablespoons with water and honey. Oh, so you so so you like take 2 tablespoons of the mixture and add it to your water. How much water? Like maybe 8 ounces of water? Is it some kind of like immune like kind of like immune booster type of thing? It sounds kind of like it. I thought you meant fire as in like really good. Oh, fire. When I heard fire cider, I thought she meant um, adult beverage kind of fire cider. It's super high in vitamin C. Yeah, sounds like it. Well, Amanda, you're going to have to share your recipe with us. It's probably it's definitely an immune booster. Yeah, that sounds cool. Oh my gosh. I just now looked at the clock and we only have 15 minutes left. How did I manage to keep chit-chatting with you guys this long and actually, not be near quite as boring as I think I am? Oh, do I want to do Watergate salad? That's a good thing for Christmas. I don't know about. I'll have to ask the kids, do they want me to make Watergate salad for Thanksgiving or not? That was mom's favorite, Watergate salad. A cup of water. Yeah, that sounds like it. Okay. So about 2 tablespoons of the mixture, but that's after about 4 weeks. Is it better after 4 weeks or, and you say 2 to 4 weeks. Is it better after 4 weeks? Hmm. Yeah, definitely share that recipe with the chat over there on Instagram. I'd love to try it out. I mean, I will sometimes get those emergency immune booster tablets, but if I can make my own kind of stuff out of some fresh, and I know exactly what's going into it, I'd rather do it naturally than buy something over the counter. Okay. Now this is my meals that I made for last year. Let me look at what I did last year. I made pumpkin pies. Do I want that pumpkin pie? Do we want pumpkin pie, Gare, for Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Because I thought maybe I'd make those pumpkin cookies. I found a recipe for soft, or no, chewy pumpkin cookies. I guess I could make both.
Yeah.
I have plenty of pumpkin. All right.
Yeah, they'll crack them.
Yeah. I'll do that. There we go. And the beverages definitely will probably be tea and coffee. Got the stuffing written. I think that's everything. Probably depends on where you store it. Warm spot, 2 weeks. If it's in a chilly place, I'd do 4 weeks. Okay. I need to make some of that too. As a nanny, I don't want to give or receive any sickness from my nanny kids. Yeah, you want to stay healthy if you're going to take care of children. I remember whenever we first brought Bethany home from the hospital, she was so tiny. Um, she was premature and she was underweight. And so when when I started getting the sniffles, I wore a mask, and this was before COVID. And so I wore a mask around her all the time because I did not want her getting sick at all. And if Gary was sniffly, he had to wear a mask too. Thankfully, we both worked at the hospital, so we can snag a couple of those there from the supply and hold on to that. Oh crap, you also add rosemary, thyme, and parsley or cilantro. Probably would do parsley. I'm not crazy about cilantro, but I don't eat it enough to really really have a deciding opinion about it. I think I just prefer parsley. Yeah, definitely share that recipe. And if you want me to, I can um, make a link to that recipe down in the description. Yeah, I want to share some of these things, guys. And you guys encouraging me helps me encourage you. And it's just constantly motivating one another. And so I hope, are you guys get close to getting your things organized? And I'm making baby steps towards getting my kitchen better organized. And following FlyLady's book here, her control journal is reminding me to tick all of those boxes off. So I'm a little better prepared this year. I'm making a large batch and giving some away to work. My boss has the cilantro soap gene. Oh, okay. So I'll have to use the parsley. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I've not had it enough to tell whether does it really taste like soap or not. I can't tell. But I don't eat it enough to make a decision. I just usually grab the parsley instead of cilantro. All right. Well, we got more of my Thanksgiving menu mapped out. I've got a list of the ingredients that I'm going to need to pick up at the grocery store. Where did my list go? Where did the sheet go? That's that. That's that. That's that. Where did the other sheet go? It was just here. Oh, back here. I left it back here. There we go. All right. So I've got more of my grocery list made up to go towards my uh, okay. I'm nowhere near ready, but my hubby's pay circumstances are forcing me to be somewhat behind. But we've got time. That's why we start early. Right now we're just in the planning phase. That's what today is all about, planning. So, and maybe you could plan for like an alternative. So, if you're not able to get all the ingredients that you want to get, but you have access to some ingredients, then you can maybe plan your meal around those ingredients. Today's a good day to plan things out, and depending on your budget and whatever, it's good to plan ahead like that. Good. Hello, Dragonfly Saves. Welcome. Oh, is that Nikki? Better write that down, or I will forget. I have a list on my phone of people that I was introduced to in the budgeting community that would share their first names. I had them all listed out, like Chi Chi is fantasy budgets, and I think that's right, or no. Frugality is life is Fiona. Yeah, I have all those things written down. So yeah, I like writing that down. Does anyone need watch hours? I'm going to play video anytime, my friend. You can do whatever you want if you want some of my watch hours. Um, I noticed that I'm at 551 subscribers yesterday. I'm halfway to 600. So it's like you guys amaze me. I don't even know what it is about me that people want to tune in to, because I think I'm the most boring individual on YouTube. I created a whole get to know a creator sheet because I can't keep up. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to have a database. I need to actually keep a spreadsheet of that, especially since I'm getting to know more and more budgeters and the community just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm like, I hope to meet a lot of you guys next year when we go to the budget convention in August. That's awesome. You'll be at 1K. Slow and steady. I'll get there when I get there. Slow and steady. I'm not in any big rush. In fact, I probably have a heart attack if I got to 1K tomorrow. I definitely will have a heart attack because I freak out even just with one subscriber. So if I freak out with just one, imagine 500 all at once. I'm trying to get motivated to be more like to post more, but I'm in a big yeah, no, that's understandable. I go through those kind of funks myself. Chrissy shared that on a live stream not long ago. Just take your time, rest. Sometimes we just need to disconnect for a while or focus on our mental health and then allow ourselves to be refreshed. And then we can come back in with a better outlook on it, maybe better ideas. Who knows? I question my ideas sometimes, but yes, definitely. I'm gonna leave links to everyone's channels down in the description after the live stream. So if you forget somebody's name, that's why I'm writing everyone's name down here. So if you don't know the right channel, you can find that link down below. Because I encourage everyone to support and encourage one another. Not knowing where or if we are moving out, our moving options, hubby. not getting paid. Yeah, it's all piling. I'm sorry, sweetie. You guys do not deserve this. But I know you're resilient. And you are very determined. You're a very determined lady. So let your bitchiness come forth. Okay? It'll give you strength. And we're all here for you too, Amanda. If you need to vent I'm always available on Instagram. We can chat. Or do like Chrissy did and butt dial us. I was always doing that to our group chat. I was constantly accidentally hitting that button. Yeah, you're on your schedule. Yeah, mine went up yesterday. Oh, whoa, get back in there. Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to shirk my commitment either. I'm thinking I still have a lot of those cards from the inappropriate Christmas. And I want to complete those before Thanksgiving so then I can take that money and put it towards buying food that I need for Thanksgiving and or Christmas. And so I emailed Danny. I hope she gets it and tell her that I'm wanting to do like bonus videos for this coming month. I might even just do one that's not even on the schedule. I keep waiting on bitchy witchy Amanda to come forth, but she's shy. Well then maybe we need to do a Zoom. You know, because your bitchy witchiness comes out a lot in our Zooms, and I'm willing to put myself on the rack so that you can torture me. Because I know how much your bitchy witchy self loves to do that. I'd say pick a day. No one has a video to go up or do that. Yeah. But then I'm doing this every day of the week, Monday through Friday. So it's just in the morning, mine's in afternoon for you. That, well, my friends, it is almost 10 o'clock. We've just been chit chatting so much. I know everyone has things that they want to do today. I know my husband's waiting for me to get off of here so he can go through and do what he needs to do because I told him, now you can't make a lot of noise while I'm doing my live stream. I just about had one. There you go, Amanda. Any way I can help. Oh, Gary. Amanda says hi. Oh, he says hi. Okay. All right, my friends. Let's get off of here. We've got things to do today. I got a little bit of planning done. My grocery list is started, pretty much completed for Thanksgiving, but I may alter the menu just slightly. We'll see. But at least most of my ingredients are written down on my grocery list here so I can refer back to it. And just because we're making a grocery list today, we don't have to get all the ingredients today. Maybe just get a few. Next time I go to the grocery store, just get a couple of them on my list, and then maybe make a little check mark next to them so I know I've got that in my pantry and that's set aside for Thanksgiving. So that way we can kind of spread out the money and all that. You take care, Amanda. Drink slowly. Don't take big gulps. All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow. It is anti-procrastination day. I think my anti-procrastination day is going to consist of organizing my white pantry. I got the brown hutch pantry organized yesterday, cleaned out. I need to organize the white one. And I've been procrastinating to do that. So that's probably going to be my task for tomorrow. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.